Very good. Okay, very good.
Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Hard Factor, presented by the Barstool News Network. It is What the Fuck Wednesday, October 7th, 2020. And guys, I got bad news to start the show. Rest in peace to Eddie Van Halen, classic rock legend. Eddie Van Halen has passed away. So
yeah, bummer. And happy birthday to my mom.
Oh, good. So just bury it with some good news. Nice.
Love that.
Nice. Additional good news.
Probably
we all had a
fan
big
of Eddie Van Halen, by the way.
Yeah, probably.
That's true. That's just so it's bittersweet. But more good news so that we can bury that bittersweet news because we all had a big weight loss week. So everybody did well this week. Nobody gained weight. Large weight in. Large weight in.
He was down like 4 pounds or something, wasn't he?
Who even knows anymore?
I think he was
with
down
large?
like 1.5. You were a little big with 4, but yeah, probably like 1.5 down. I think for large, but yeah, everybody had to get. Well, let me pull it up real quick. I know that I want to celebrate our little wins here.
It's a little thing.
So Mark,
To rub it in everyone's noses.
Mark is in first place. He's lost 27.2 pounds so far. Wes is in second place. He's lost 19.4 pounds so far. I am in third at 14.6, but Pat, percentage-wise, may be close to me at 9, large in last at 11.2, but being much larger than Pat, obviously. Yeah, so that's how it's going. I had my first cheat meal from Ike's, the sponsor, Ike's Sandwich Shop. Delicious.
Yeah,
Yes,
you got
yeah.
a good one. That was an off-menu order, which you can do at Ike's, kind of like the secret menu, because they have about 300 sandwiches you can order off-menu. What was it called?
The guy told me it was called the Stepfather because it hits you hard.
Yep,
It was a giant steak sandwich.
that's right.
Blended families.
Yep. And on the
It was
way
a-
out, it's a
The
piece
kid
of
was
shit.
awesome. Maybe he did. I don't know. It was mask time, so you can't I couldn't make out everything. But speaking of large, though, Sirius. You guys see what Dave's been tweeting?
Yeah.
Sirius. Ooh, is Barstool going to stay in Sirius? Are they not?
On Sirius Satellite Radio. I mean, I hope so, but it doesn't sound like it.
Pretty serious.
Yeah.
Looks like
Pretty serious
a
stuff.
Pelosi-Trump situation. They're not in the. He said they're not in the same stratosphere when it comes to negotiations. So
Stimulus style.
Yeah.
That's true.
I feel like that
Well-
could be just a Portnoy negotiation tactic, though.
very well could be.
I think it's very serious because even if it is, it's serious for Sirius that they're not going to have him on their lineup.
Sirius is making a big mistake. 99.9% is what he said. That's, I mean, even the negotiation.
That's pretty serious.
That's pretty goddamn high. Yeah.
But then again, that's the type of number that puts the feet to the fire to the brass over there at Sirius,
That's
knowing
true.
that the deal's walking out the door. You better offer more cash.
Yeah, they could be seeing all this money getting thrown around with Penn and like big things happening and seeing a cash cow and you can't push Portnoy around like that. That's the thing is he knows when that's going on, so he's not going to be taken advantage of. That's for sure.
We'll see how that shakes out.
If we, we'll continue to push out as much content as we possibly can, regardless of what happens there, right?
That's right.
Yeah. So for now, we're on Sirius 10 to 11 Eastern, Monday through Friday. Sign up for a free trial. You can still get a free trial. You could cancel it if we got canned off Sirius anyways. So don't worry. Free trial for now. Double your hard factor. Yeah. But here's a way to triple your hard factor. So not just radio and the podcast, live stream tonight for the vice presidential debate, boys. You remember? Knock, knock. The vice presidential debate's here. Nobody remembered because nobody fucking cares, but it's here, and we're going to live stream for it.
We
tonight.
care, and we're going to make it entertaining. And it's going to be entertaining.
It is.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I thought that the first debate was going to be a little bit more pumped up. Saw that the numbers were pretty weak compared to Clinton. Trump.
Well,
so
the vice presidential debate is like watching the alternate on the U.S. Olympic team compete against the other alternate on the U.S. Olympic team.
So that's a great point, Pat. But Donald Trump being a ratings king with his apprentice days and stuff and talking about how many people watch him and go to his events and stuff really should have then milked the COVID a few more days because they would have thought maybe Pence might not be an alternate 25th Amendment. So if he wanted to boost the ratings, he could have, stayed in the hospital for a few more days.
Good point.
But he doesn't care about Pence's ratings.
I guess not.
He's all about him. He's a ratings hog. He needs the ratings.
Well,
for
it is
himself.
all about the president after all.
I think he does. I think he, maybe some people think that Kamala might possibly be in a position to become the president if Joe does get elected. And, it's important
not
to.
according to my story, which leads off the show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Let's take Joe's take on
Not
that.
according to
We'll
Joe's
get-
own mouth on Tuesday.
Well, Joe's
We'll
own
get-
mouth. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah,
get
you're
into
right.
that.
A lot of people, yeah.
We'll get into that right now, but make sure to follow Hard Factor News on Twitter. Okay, you'll know. I don't know if we're doing a pre-show or a post-show. We're going to do something around the debate, and you'll figure out when we're going live.
Maybe
we will
some
announce it
special
on Twitter.
Barstool guests as well. We're working.
Yeah, we'll try to line up some guests, see what we can get, and we'll probably drop, maybe like a drinking game thing. We'll see, but we'll be putting out VP debate content.
Drinking rule
all
number
day
one.
today.
Anytime anyone calls Kamala, you drink. And that's going to get you hammered.
Yeah. Ooh. Do you think? I bet even the moderators will get that
That's
wrong.
what I'm saying.
a couple
Anytime
times.
her name is mispronounced, you drink. That should be fun. That's a
Anybody.
fun one.
Yeah.
It's really
even people like
it's
on the
not
street.
fair
Yeah.
if you ask me to the first generation of people being exposed to a new name to be able to
Right.
nail it every time. You know what I mean? Like
Well,
the
also-
next generation of Kamalas,
Well,
Right.
they can expect a full-on Kamala, but we're still
Mark
getting
Mark
used to
made
it.
it easiher for me when he shamed me about getting it wrong so many times. He just
Yes.
goes, comma, la.
Kamala,
Comma,
slow it down.
la.
Slow it down. Comma, la. Also, that'll be a fun drinking rule because you're going to start hearing it wrong, even if it's said right, and it's just going to be a catch. It's going to be a boulder down a hill, like if you play that drinking game. You know what I mean? You're
Yeah.
going to trick your own mind.
Comma, la.
Yes.
That's how you say it.
It's almost
All
like
right, Mark.
common law. You guys ready? You guys ready to jump
Mhm.
into it?
Yeah, let's
What
do
the
it.
Fuck Wednesday. And this one's going to be a long one to start off the show, but it's got several what the fucks in it. So I feel like that's per capita. It's still good. It's still a lightning round type thing. And it's brought to you by Charles and our interns. And I'm going to talk to you about a presidential update for both candidates, what they've been up to on Tuesday in particular, and the economy as it relates to the stimulus check we won't ever get. First up, Joe Biden, probably hoping Trump would be incapacitated longer than he was from the coronavirus, is now like, oh shit, I better get my ass out there and keep campaigning, which is exactly what he did this week. In fact, on Tuesday, he was outdoors, it looked like. I'm assuming the videos, they seemed like they were from Tuesday. He was outdoors in public giving a bunch of speeches. And one line that seems to have made it into the speech based on two different videos of him saying it, so it either was written into the speech or he just ad-libbed it and liked it enough to use it again, was he came over with a big smile on his face and he walked straight towards the youngest ladies in the group and said, "The good news for me is I'm here. The bad news for you is I'm coming back. And I want to see these beautiful young ladies over here dancing when they're 4 years older too."
4 years older.
Why are you making this a thing?
When there's grass on the field, I want to see them shaking that rope.
This is by my calculations, you guys are about 4 years away from old Joe's sweet spot.
You guys are making this something it is not. This is
So,
just
look,
an old, terribly spoken man.
Right. So look, a lot of people.
That's what it sounds like,
Yeah,
though.
I guess he's talking about them dancing at a re-election bid in October 2024 when he's 80. That's not a great look right there. But also,
Well, I mean, I'll say it this
dance
way,
for old
Pat.
Joe.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with you, Pat. I think he's just misspeaking, and he's trying to imply re-election. But I said it.
But there's
so
a bunch
I watched
of
the
different
clip.
demographics there.
No,
Why do you single out the young ladies?
No, I know. I said it. So I just regurgitated exactly what he said out loud to my wife earlier. And she was like, "What the fuck are you talking about? Why are you talking about watching a girl strip?"
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it just sounds like you're talking about a girl.
The writers have to start doing dry runs, like when SNL does a walkthrough the day before Saturday night with these speeches. It's just bad optics. I know some of you are like Pat saying, "Lighten up," you know. He just said, I would like to see them excited and dancing 4 years from now. But believe me when I say, I don't think either old guy running for president with their track records needs to walk over to the youngest group of women at their things, look them directly in the eye, and say, "I'd like to see you dancing 4 years from now when you're older, you young ladies," considering the fact that they weren't dancing in the first place.
Right?
I thought
They were just gyrating.
Did I imagine that they were
in
dancing?
their circle?
No,
No,
they're just standing
no, they weren't
there.
dancing. They were standing.
were in
Pat, they
dancer
all have to
outfits.
do these socially. they have to do these socially distanced things where they're standing in little circles and like.
I'm gonna fix it for
So-
Joe for the future.
Were they in
ones.
tutus?
No. How about he says how about smiling replaces dancing or voting again in 4 years? I'd like to see these young ladies voting again in 4 years. I fixed
He
it.
just needs
There you go.
stop addressing
Young women.
young women
Yeah.
at all.
Isn't
Get-
there a
get away
better?
from-
just
Isn't there like
Yeah.
You know what you
something
should say?
he did related to our country today instead of like applying some weird sexualization to Joe's terrible misspeak?
he's
Yes,
like,
Pat.
I wish
There
you.
go.
I wish.
Yes, Pat. Next up, President Trump is back.
Hold on.
Right.
Wait. Before you move on to Trump, I got a couple of things.
Okay.
Bet Biden wishes those circles were closer to him so he could smell the hair.
Oh yeah.
But a ching.
Well,
Also-
a dancer, he's trying to get the waft. He's got the fans pointed
Yeah,
at
he's-
their hair, the back of their.
He's just waving the wind to his nose. And then the last thing,
He's like
he
Pepe
stole
Le Pew.
build
floating towards the scent.
Build Back Better, legitimately straight up stolen from Boris Johnson.
Boris
Like, not
Johnson
even-
started that.
Boris Johnson's campaign after he got coronavirus was called Build Back.
Well, that's
Better.
like saying Trump
Jesus.
stole "Make America Great Again" from Reagan.
Well, sure, but this
Yeah.
is the same year from a guy in a different country. It's literally on his podium, Build Back
There's
Better.
only
Boris
so
is
many
when he talks.
three-word phrases
Yeah, there's
you
a
could
lot
throw
of
out there.
a lot of reuses in politics.
Right.
This isn't the first time he's stolen from a European
No,
leader.
it's not
though.
like his like 200-word speech that he plagiarized. Build back better. We got to give him Build Back Better.
Why?
Nah.
That's the motto, the sole slogan of his campaign.
You
Is that a-
uncreative
is that-
presidential
is that a-
candidate,
is that a
motherfucker.
word? All right, next up, President Trump is back on the warpath after COVID slowed him down for a mere 3 days. I'm sure the doctors at Walter Reed were glad to see him go. Can I go
Right.
yet, Doc? Can I go yet? Do you need me to fart to prove my lungs are strong? I've heard you need to fart before discharge. I'll fart right now. He's gone. Walter Reed's breathing a sigh of relief, but he's working
His
his ass
staff
off again.
was happy to get him back when he was so contagious too. I'm
That's
sure.
right. Right back to the Oval Office without a mask. But he's working his ass off again, tweeting his ass off as well. And on Tuesday, he tweeted out, Nancy Pelosi is asking for $2.4 trillion to bail out poorly run, high crime Democratic states, money that is in no way related to COVID-19. We made a very generous offer of $1.6 trillion. And as usual, she is not negotiating in good faith. I am rejecting their request and looking to the future of our country. This is 2 tweets for those of you that are like, not watching this on YouTube and they're like, how the hell do you fit this all in? I have instructed my representatives to stop negotiating until after the election, when immediately after I win, we will pass a major stimulus bill that focuses on hardworking Americans and small businesses. That's all you need to know. He kept going. So thanks a
Right.
lot, Congress. Thanks a lot, Nancy Pelosi. And thanks a lot, Donald Trump, you fucking assholes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
all of you. Thanks
All of you.
for giving up on it.
Yeah,
So it's just done, right?
it's done.
Or-
It's killed.
Well,
Done.
they're all. It's just been the back and forth between Trump and
It's
Pelosi.
done.
They have this fucking like bitter grudge that they hold against
So-
each other, and then they won't agree on anything.
So here's what happens, Pat. Either if Trump gets reelected, maybe at the end of November you start talking about a stimulus package after the celebration tweets. If Trump doesn't get reelected, that shit's not going through till end of January, February, if at all. We're probably not getting another check.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing: is
that
what
tanked the fucking stock market when he said that.
Yeah.
Yes, it
well,
did.
also he what is kind of shady about the whole thing is obviously he wants ACB to get in the Supreme Court. He knew that maybe if they negotiated on this and passed it, it would stall that process. So now he's
Oh, yeah,
sicking
that's
Mitch.
That was
That's
the
the
other part.
thing.
He said focus on.
Yeah.
He said focus on SCOTUS. And,
Yep.
Yeah.
He said, Mitch, forget about this
Yeah.
shit.
Focus on
Get her in the fucking Supreme Court.
This is the
That's right.
second wave this week, is what they're saying of businesses just losing it. Like whoever was
Well,
hanging
yeah.
on by
Why
a thread.
can't they just send the checks and then another round of loans like PPE and then deal with all of the pork?
Because it
barrel
has to.
later. Why is it all packaged together? It doesn't have
Because
to.
it has to be done.
It doesn't
Because
have to. Be.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
well, according to the Congress,
Right.
it
According
does.
to the
according to
Congress.
Yeah.
Just send the checks.
to us if we don't do it like this.
Oh, by the way, the Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell, otherwise known as Guy Who Might Be More Powerful Than the President or Zeus of the Economy, said this on Tuesday, hours before Trump's tweets.
The guy who
Bubba,
owns all the U.S. debt.
Bubba, do you have the video? Can you play it?
Man, I want to be the Zeus of something. Just at least one thing.
Right.
Listen up to
Power.
this.
Oh.
Yeah, it's all good. We'll cut the
So
dead air.
it's coming.
Can't hear the
Let me
volume.
hear you, Jerome.
Can't. You gotta hit that share audio button when you go to.
What are you saying, Jerome?
Oh.
He looks real smart.
It's okay.
I gotta say. Mark, tell us what he said.
I don't know. I didn't write it down. I gotta listen to it.
But you
Play
can
it
get it.
over.
We're gonna cut this part
Yeah,
anyway.
we'll cut this part.
Just
anyways.
go to
Don't
share, and then when you go to that Chrome tab, make sure to click play audio. Or
Mm.
Let me break that down for you. The head of the fucking Fed says, "Send the goddamn checks."
you
That's what
got
he
that
just
from
said.
that?
Yes. He said the risks of not sending the checks far outweigh the risk, the risk, of not sending the checks far outweigh the risk of sending them. He said eventually, the money that goes to these stupid programs like the Kennedy Center or whatever the fuck else will be utilized. If you don't send any money, people are going to lose their homes, they're going to lose their jobs, they're going to lose their minds, they're going to commit suicide, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Send the fucking checks. Guess what happened after Trump's tweet? Like Will said, the fucking stock market crashed or tanked. What are they doing in Washington, D.C.? Look, from all of us.
Not giving out stimulus money.
Yeah, from all of us, fuck all you hoes, get a grip, motherfuckers, and send the checks.
Yeah. Get it done. Get it done, Congress. I mean, the
They won't now.
They're like a shed of
No.
hose up there.
Yeah.
sadly, guys, if you weren't already upset at the government, this next story is definitely going to make you upset.
I don't know if I can handle another one.
Well, you're probably going to be even actually more angry. I don't know. This is also from Charles. So, by the way, Charles is amping it up. You can tell he's submitting a lot of stories. It's election season. Everybody is on notice, especially AOC and people who don't respect anybody's rights to wear a MAGA hat. Charles is after you.
You've been warned, AOC.
But this one is about how the government discriminates against all of us, regardless of political affiliation, assuming that you're not a billionaire, millionaire, or elected official. And that's because, according to the IRS, it's too expensive and time-consuming to audit rich people, so they spend 99% of their time auditing the bottom 99%. According to the IRS,
You're right.
it's way more...
You're right. I'm angry here.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe it. But it's more cost effective for them to run low-level audits over the mail, which I know I have gotten before, than it is to employ experienced auditors to be able to review complex tax returns from wealthy individuals. And since their budget is getting smaller year after year, that's all they're willing to do anymore, low-level audits of poor people. And if you look at this map...
Just get rid of the fucking IRS already.
You can see where the IRS audits are most likely to occur. And I'd like you to note that they don't happen at all in Seattle, Portland, LA, San Francisco, New York City, Washington, D.C., Chicago, pretty much anywhere where there's multi-millionaires and billionaires.
Fucking Connecticut. I'm about to go to New Jersey and commit tax fraud based on this map.
Why isn't
this
Florida dark red?
unacceptable? That's a good point.
No, but you know what's fucked up? You know what is dark red? Mississippi.
Yeah.
Mississippi gets audited the most, and Texas is second most. So, I mean, these are not places where you're talking about, and we're talking about like deep South Texas, the Valley. We're not talking.
That's a fucked up map.
Oh, it's a fucked up map indeed. So while the IRS agrees that auditing the wealthy individuals would be better for America overall, they can't stop being just dickheads.
They
because
say, we're the IRS, you pieces of shit.
They say Congress, Mark. They put it back on Congress, just Trump style, same deal. it's Congress's fault for not giving them the money to do it right. Kind of like how the Fed blames Congress for not giving, the citizens the stimulus checks.
Well, I mean,
so Congress
sucks.
sucks.
They're not wrong there. Congress does suck, but
Right.
so does the IRS.
Congress sucks.
Yeah.
The IRS also sucks.
Yeah.
Let me give you some fun facts about the IRS. The IRS couldn't legally levy taxes until 1913 with the introduction of the 16th Amendment. Even though Lincoln did levy taxes for the Civil War, you couldn't actually levy them federally legally until 1913. Recently, the IRS helped manage the Affordable Care Act, which was actually a type of health tax raise on everybody managed by the bean counters at the IRS. Weird that the ACA would be managed by the IRS, right? Well, it's because it's actually a tax raise. So to me, similar to the original taxes, that's a lot to ask of your citizens. And now, like we just talked about, they say that they can only audit poor people. So literally stealing from the poor to stratify the cost of the poor and just let the rich do whatever they want. That's what the government's official.
There's going to be some years and years and years of reckoning after 2020 in terms of how people feel about, trust, and have faith in the government. Like, this is some bad damage. Like,
it's insane. And then I tried to look back, Pat, because I was like, is this like an administration thing? Is it like administrations are like making the IRS suck more? No. Look, this thing started devolving under the last director, which was under the last administration. And now this, like, they don't even really line up with the presidents. It's just like the IRS sucks. And then the guy finally gets fired by a president. Then he gets replaced by a guy who sucks even more. And then they just like, it's all horrible.
You should do a twisted history of the IRS with Large. That would be a good one. And please include the people flying planes into the IRS buildings because they're so frustrated.
Right?
With the IRS. Yeah.
that was a sad day when that happened. But yeah.
No, I don't encourage that. That is
No,
a
it's
sad
so
day,
sad.
But people lose their mind over the fucking IRS.
Right. When you start looking into this, you start to understand why people do lose their mind over the IRS. It's insane.
Well, isn't it weird that the majority of people in this country are stressed out when they're doing their taxes because they have no idea no one knows what the fuck they're doing. No one knows what.
But they're the ones who are going to get audited, even though people with millions of dollars in lawyers putting their taxes in for them won't get audited.
I've said it before. I'll say it again. I can barely understand my accountant. She's so Asian, and I know someone from the IRS isn't going to want to deal with her if they call her office.
It's just go with communication.
It is a foolproof. They're not auditing me when they.
She's got a terrible disposition as well. She's like generally angry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
It's called strategy, boys.
Oh, that's frustrating. Are you done with the IRS? Because
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Cool.
You guys feeling good?
No.
Feeling good about our government right now?
No.
Not at all.
No.
All right, let's move it on to another story in the lightning round. Boom. All right, guys, this one comes from Colin on Twitter. Thank you, Colin. So, guys, if you don't want to wear a condom during sex, but your partner insists that you wear one,
Guilty.
if you're a decent guy, you're pretty much out of options, right?
You can
clench
leave
your
the
teeth.
room in a tough love type scenario.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or you clench your teeth, reluctantly slide on that pleasure shield over your cock, and go to town, hating every second of that pointless condom sex.
What I like to do is tell her, like, let's try one stroke with and one stroke without. You tell me.
It's an A-B situation.
That's pretty much what this guy was trying to show her.
Choose your own adventure.
Right. So that's what Mark, you're onto something there.
Now, did you like that? Or did you like that?
Yeah.
That's
Was it this one?
You get
or this one?
You get softer before you go on the condom.
yeah.
Your call.
Well, this is what that's what 47-year-old Andrew Lewis of Worcester, England, kind of had in mind. Mark
Nice.
is he had a little bit of a sneakier plan to rid himself of his condom sex without his girlfriend knowing. You see, what he did is he poked tiny holes in his condoms and without his girlfriend knowing.
How would that help?
Well, let me tell you, it was in the hopes, quoting the prosecutor from what Andrew told the police following his arrest. He told police he had hoped the condom would split and it would improve the intimacy. He said it was the stupidest thing he's ever done. He had no intention of getting her pregnant. He hoped that the sheer pleasure of his cock bursting through the condom would make her realize what she was missing out on, and that she would, quote, change her mind.
This guy's
What a
awesome.
piece of shit.
I thought what he was doing when you were beginning the story was like he poked a small hole in every single condom in the store, and then he was going to discover it and be like, "What is that? What is that? A little hole?" And he had like a little, he had like a little magnifying glass. He like finds his own thing.
He was
Scoring condom, essentially.
Did he split the condom?
Yeah, well, that's how she found. So he was discovered because she found his condoms with a little pin next to them, like an idiot. He
left out the evidence.
Yeah, he kept his kit all together, and then she
He
found
got
one of these
distracted in the middle
condoms.
of hole in condoms.
Yeah, and then she found a damaged condom in the trash. So he just was poking the shit out of these things, and then just bursting through them for his own sake.
Yeah, every time he pulls out, it looks like a snake just shed its skin.
Yeah. But yeah.
Oh no, my cock's so big, I've busted another condom in half.
Honey, I'm gonna have to get prescription condoms.
Looks like I need 3 holes. 3 holes will do it.
Right. Yeah.
Imagine this guy after sex too, just like holding up the broken condom, and, like bragging about it in the room.
Honey,
Yeah.
just
You
next
know that
time
was
make a
happening
condom?
every time.
No, I don't think he showed her. I think that he was doing this for his own good, honestly. Like he would burst through it to get through wearing the condom, and then when it was time to pull it off, he'd run to the bathroom.
Right.
Oh, and pretend like it was on the whole time.
He keeps screaming, "Does it feel better?"
Right, yeah.
I thought he was like triumphantly.
Wait, but then
look,
that means
wasn't that amazing?
No.
He was finishing inside of her. He wasn't pulling out and every time. 'Cause
Well, you would assume, Pat.
Right.
Otherwise, he had to act like a bumbling fool and fake cum in his hands or something. Or
Yeah,
like,
was he arrested because he got her pregnant?
He was arrested because they considered it rape. Because she
Not
wanted
funny
to have. Yeah, I mean, basically, she was okay with having safe sex with this guy, and he clearly was not having safe sex with her because he's ripping through these condoms.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so he pled guilty to that, and they gave him 4 years.
He's 47
in prison.
Damn.
Yeah, yeah.
That was
Consent is not a joke.
that was one of my favorite segments, but I wish we had a female voice on for that one.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But no, that guy's a piece of shit. Let's just get there.
okay.
Now we're safe. Now we're safe.
Well, right. I mean, you don't alter your condoms. You know.
No. I thought it was going to be about getting her pregnant, but no, it was sheer just like selfish pleasure.
There are also plenty of women out there that don't prefer condoms either. So just get on a dating site and find someone else.
Right. He could have
psycho.
easily just other fish in the sea.
Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, let's go.
Get the Raw Dog app.
That was a more fun segment though than the IRS one.
That was a lot more fun. There's an app for that, Pat?
Yeah, it's called Raw Dog.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Instead of
I don't
Founders
know.
Only, it's called Raw Dog.
I don't know, man. Why would I know
Yeah.
that? I'm guessing.
Oh, I don't know. I thought you knew. I thought you
there's-
you're the
there's
beef. You have
plenty of places
the
on
keys.
internet. The dark
These
web.
are apps you can't even get on the App Store. They're secret apps.
Yeah.
Listen, 8 out of 10 girls at a bar are like that. So don't get them when everyone's drunk. Nothing matters, right? So
And guys, it's not just it's everyone.
yes, of course, yes. So I'm saying that in this case, we're talking about a girl that wouldn't care.
They're always trying to get me to do them without condoms, and I'm like, no, honey. Not today, not Wes.
All right, I'm not going to go into the ad right now.
Why not? I think if it's the ad partner I'm
You
thinking
see
about.
this
All right,
vein?
I'll do it.
You're gonna want this vein. You're gonna want to feel this vein right here. All right, what's the ad?
I'm sure it does feel better. Guys, our family won't be together for the holidays this year because of COVID, but I found a way to bring us all together safely without infecting each other. A hand-painted compilation portrait from Paint Your Life, and it makes the perfect gift. If you're looking for a special gift for someone this holiday season, like Grandma, who hasn't been outside in months, something that is truly unique and personal, we've got a great idea for you. At paintyourlife.com, you can have an original painting by a world-class artist done by hand from any photo at an affordable price. Get a professional hand-painted portrait created from any photo at a truly affordable price. Send any picture, yourself, your children, family, special place, or a
Well,
cherished
hang on.
pet.
I could pep this up.
That's what we
Again,
call them. Wes ad reads.
Shout out to my parents. My mom texted me right before the show and said that.
Thank you.
Us two olds are going to navigate that website and get you a 48 by 60 painting of you and your wife on your wedding day a couple years ago.
Holy
for
shit,
Christmas.
that's big.
Ooh,
So get
that's
a big
gonna
old
look
painting.
good.
Yeah, speaking of
That's gonna look good.
my
48 by
wife,
60
my
is
wife
large.
hates condoms. That's why I married her. So this all ties back together.
There you
It's
go.
all-
Yeah,
it's all-
exactly. It's all beautiful.
Yeah.
Full circle. We
Full
also
circle.
called it though. your parents taking advantage of that money that they're not spending on travel for COVID. COVID paintings. That's the place to put it.
There you go.
Nice. I'll show
That's
it
gonna be nice.
off. I'll show it off once I get it.
48 by 60, you have no choice but to show it off when
That's
it's on
right.
your wall. So yeah, choose from a team of world-class artists and work with them until every detail is perfect. Quick and easy process. Get a hand-painted portrait in about 3 weeks. So you got plenty of time to order for the holidays if you get going right now. Meaningful, personal, and can be cherished forever. I recently got a picture of my dogs, and if my girlfriend didn't resent the attention they got over her before, man, she sure does now.
Now she's really on notice.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, she's so beautiful, and she's like, thank you. You're like, Bonnie.
Yeah. No, the 48 by 60 picture of Bonnie.
Yeah.
Also, Mark's picture of his wedding is going to be from Vegas, so he just always has Vegas on his
Hell
mind.
yeah.
Waterfall in the backdrop.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh, yeah, you got to get a gold frame on it, too,
Yeah, I
like
wonder if they can
Vegas
paint
style.
the Eiffel
Vegas.
Tower in the back in like the distance.
I don't know.
Probably.
That'd be cool.
Some glitz, some glam.
Yeah. So yeah, at paintyourlife.com, there's no risk. If you don't love the final painting, your money is refunded, guaranteed. And right now is a limited time offer. Get 20% off your painting. That's right, 20% off and free shipping. You know how much a 48 by 60 painting costs to ship? A lot. Mark's parents are going to get that for free.
$0. Yeah.
That's right.
That's true.
That's right.
Nice.
To get this offer, text the word factor to 64000. That's factor to 64,000. Text factor to 64,000. Paint your life. Celebrate the moments that matter most.
All right, guys. If you're lucky enough to have a home printer, you know how expensive it can be. It's a lot like owning a 2006 BMW 530i that you thought was a great deal at $5,000 with 110,000 miles on it. But before you know it, you've replaced the fuel pump twice and it shakes at stoplights. The repairs
Oh no, that you don't say.
Saw that.
That car's falling apart.
Saw that coming.
The
kill
Beaver
you
Den
guys.
the Beaver Den is having some issues. The internet was down again today.
We are falling apart over here. The repairs will kill you guys. And in the case of the printer, the equivalent is toner. It's fucking expensive, toner, man.
It's so expensive.
It's so
dude.
expensive, which is why I was not surprised when I read the headline of this next story. An Austin Public Library employee, Mark, I know you love it over there,
Yeah, I got that shirt.
big time, is accused of fraudulently buying and stealing at least $1.5 million of printer toner, storing it in his garage at his house, and selling it online. This is according to a City of Austin audit report that just came out.
That's awesome.
Wait.
Wow.
So how did he pay? How did he get the 1.5 million?
He just kept buying it because he was in the accounting department at the library, so he was able to just keep buying.
It just keeps stealing it.
That is
Wow.
You think-
awesome. A little
you-
bit
you think
overzealous,
this
but
guy-
awesome.
This guy literally was sitting around like drinking one night, and he cracked the scheme. He's like, "It's worth its weight in gold." That's what you think about when you think of printer.
It
toner.
is.
Yeah.
because it's like very expensive.
Can you imagine being the person that discovered the books have been cooked so grossly over printer toner?
Over $1 million.
Oh my God, it was a lot of toner. I'm
That's
just
a lot
curious.
of toner.
How is he selling it? Like, does he like? That's a fuck ton of toner. $1.5 million.
Craigslist, dude.
Put-
Something like that.
But like, do you think he said it like an
eBay,
Amazon
yeah.
store? He's like, or he's like shopping around
oh,
parking lots
Amazon
of other
store. I
office
see.
buildings.
I see.
I think he set
eBay?
up an Amazon store. Yeah.
Or eBay, yeah.
Well, guys,
eBay account.
before you go saying what you're going to say, that you would
The
do the
Tone
same
Ranger. He probably had a cool company name.
thing. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Tone Ranger.
He also allegedly misused a library credit card to buy electronics and home goods, including a virtual reality headset, or a Roomba, and a drone to the tune of $140,000. So he,
This guy's living the life.
Yeah.
Man, how did
Big
they get
time.
the funds for that? Our taxes?
our tax dollars, baby.
Yep, you're actually Travis County tax
Yeah.
dollars. Yes, the three of you and me when I was living there.
The IRS doesn't audit the rich or bill or companies.
No, or the government.
Or the
Sorry,
government, yeah.
I left that out.
Yeah,
My
or the
last line of the IRS is about as useful as an asshole on your elbow unless you're a millionaire or an elected official or working for the
So there
government.
it is.
That was the last
This
line.
was a foolproof plan. You can embezzle taxpayers' money if you work at a government organization. Like,
Dude, also,
like
most
this guy.
embezzlement cases, you fucking plea out and you get away with the cash. This guy, I'm glad that they caught it quick, though, because it only took them, 12 years? Because he started stealing toner in 2007, he stopped in 2009 for quite a while. It's estimated that he would have only
2019.
needed $150,000.
Damn.
2007.
He had a long.
He went
He had a
2000
long
2007
operation.
to 2019. Is that what
Yeah,
you said?
big time.
12-year operation.
Toner gate. He should have only spent $150K total. That's what the amount of toner that he would have used and was allowed to buy would have been. He fucked
10x.
up here big time
Yeah.
by not covering his tracks by also buying a lot of paper and then throwing that paper out a lot. Like, oh, these printers are crap, or I keep trying to print this thing and it doesn't print right. But instead, he's just buying the toner. He's busted.
You know what's more amazing than finding that is that it could go on for 12 fucking
That's what I'm
years.
saying.
How bad is the auditing at the Travis County? Like, I mean, that's unbelievable. 10 times. This guy's getting away with 10 times on a line item. And I mean, that's just lazy
Also,
accounting.
if you're this guy, do you think you're invincible? You think you're never going to
Yes.
get busted?
After
Are
12
you
years of
kidding me?
not getting caught.
By
yeah.
2010, yes.
Yeah. Well, that's
He
that.
figured it
guys.
was sweet. Yeah, honey hole. Yeah.
Jesus.
That's awesome.
This is
What a story.
This is a damning episode against the government, local,
The government.
local and federal. Yeah.
The
People in
government's
general.
having a bad
Yeah.
go. Yeah.
Just humans. It's a damning human episode.
Yeah.
All right. Wait. We got I have one good one, guys. And so this is a European corner, and it's a two-part, but the good news is up first. That's the good news
So
for all
not
of
in the
us.
United States.
Yeah, not in the United States, but still, this is a good one. From Christian, he's the LSU guy. Go Tigers, Christian. Venice, Italy, one of my favorite cities on planet Earth, is doing even better than they were when we caught up with them earlier in the lockdown when they had dolphins back in the cleaner canals because like nobody was like pissing in the canals anymore.
Nice.
So they've got a new flood barrier system that they installed that guards the Venice Lagoon and it prevents flooding. And it actually works. So they had the first big storm in Venice on October 3rd after the system called the Mose flooding project, something like that, was installed. It's basically these floodgates you see here on the video. It's these like yellow floodgates that are under the water. They can engage them and flip them up to like stop a big tide, a tide of up to a 10-foot swell.
That's got to be some powerful mechanics.
Oh yeah, for sure. And then this latest
Lose
one,
a finger, you know?
oh, you don't want to be down underneath the water.
no.
You die for sure. If you're anywhere near whatever the hell puts those things up.
Mhm.
But yeah, it can block up to 10 feet of extra water coming into
Turn
the
into-
lagoon.
Probably up to
Dust.
1,000 dolphins. This is a dolphin trap, right?
Yeah, it's just going to
Well,
disintegrate dolphins.
the bad part is if the dolphins were if they get their pod split in half.
Yeah, it's real sad
Oh.
dolphin noises
If
when they
like
put that thing.
half the dolphins on the inside, half the dolphins on the outside, I think that probably happens. They lose their friends, but it saved the city because there was a 4.5-foot tide. The new thing, the Mose flood system, just crushed it. It can handle up to 10 feet apparently extra water. So
That's
good for
awesome.
Venice.
It was either 2018 or 2019 while we were doing this podcast. They had a terrible year with multiple record floods. So
That's why they
Yeah.
installed it. I mean, it's been in the works for a long time, but I think the recent flooding, where they were like, we really fucking got to do this, and so they did it, and it works.
Nice.
So that's amazing.
good
So
one.
good, yeah, really good for Venice. Hoping that New Orleans and Southeast Louisiana and Mississippi are okay from the new Hurricane Delta that is scheduled to hit them
That's a
later
bad
this week. Some other places with flooding problems. All right, now over to the other half of the Euro corner, and it's not like sad necessarily, but just it's very Irish. Let's take it over to the Emerald Isle. We've got a tale as old as time.
Synonymous
just
for sad. It's very Irish.
It's not sad. It's
It's-
just,
yeah, it's different.
Yeah.
It's like you'll see. It's an Irish bread and breakfast run by a 71-year-old lady, and then she's got a couple of allegedly druggy male employees, 28 and 45, and they, as a trio, may or may not be operating a burglary ring out of their B&B. Yeah, so they were arrested and questioned by the police this week in relation to a string of recent home robberies, but they were released without a charge, but are still the main suspects. So I don't know how that works. Honestly, it just terrified me of ever going to Ireland again, reading that article, because it was like, sounded like the perfect place to be a criminal.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like Ireland has the most like rings of any country. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
criminal ring.
criminal ring
Yeah.
capital of the world.
also on fingers. Criminals love rings.
Mm-hmm.
that's true. Lots of pinky rings
The
in Ireland.
IRA's still kicking, right?
I'm sure.
No,
And
they
also, like, when you read an Irish paper, which this was from, there's all kinds of Gaelic words in there, so you like don't even understand how.
I mean,
They have-
I don't have a ton of money, so I would absolutely love to go to Ireland. It's a great place to drink. And you know what? Rob me of my, 100 euros.
Guinness is my favorite
Yeah,
beer, but I'll
absolutely.
tell you, it sounds like you can get robbed pretty quick.
Yeah, they can't take
there.
your dignity mark, but they
That's
can
right.
rob you your money.
That's fine. It's
Okay,
not
so that's
expensive
fine
to
then.
drink,
So-
yeah, it's fine.
It was really a good Euro corner then overall.
Not bad.
Good for Venice. Not bad for Ireland.
All right.
Nice.
This one's pretty fucked up. It comes from many of our listeners. So thank you for sending this. And it's a great reminder that we are nothing but mildly sophisticated animals, susceptible to the same weird viruses and parasites and bacteria that an ape or a cow might be susceptible to. And one 25-year-old woman in Australia was reminded of that the hard way. And Odell Beckham Jr., if you are listening, you may want to listen up. This might affect you. So this poor woman was complaining about migraines for the past 7 years. They would plague her for at least two or three times a month, and would go away with migraine medicine. But when one lasted more than a week, she finally decided enough was enough. So doctors gave her an MRI. They thought they found a tumor. They thought that was to blame for the migraines, but no. When they cut open the lesion, they found that it was not a tumor, but a cyst full of tapeworm larvae.
Oh.
Yeah, and that's what a tapeworm infection looks like.
Yeah.
Oh,
Come on,
bro.
man.
There you go. That's
Oh.
great, Bubba. Thank
What
you.
is it? What does that even look like? That looks like an
That's a tape-
earthworm
that's-
digging through your throat.
That might be what it is. It's a tapeworm inside the colon, probably.
Having a
Ah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a colon.
We're
I can
having
tell.
a day.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, youtube.com/Hard Factor News. We got graphics now. Shout out, Bubba.
Yeah.
Hopefully you didn't right before that graphic.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
So this condition of the worms in your brain is called why me syndrome. No, just kidding. It's called neurocysticercosis and is caused according to the CDC when you swallow eggs found in the feces of a person who has an intestinal tapeworm infection.
You said
So-
person?
What?
Yeah.
She was eating
You said
shit. It's called
swallow
page
eggs that are
42.
found inside human feces.
Yeah. She was maybe eating ass, maybe eating shit, maybe went to a dirty water park.
Oh, no.
Don't know, don't care.
That's embarrassing. It's called page 42 because she's the one person that has it. You turn to page 42 in the medical book. It's her. It's a picture of her. It's explaining how she got it. Very embarrassing.
One way
Yeah.
to avoid the eggs is avoid the shit.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah,
true.
and a
That's
big
true,
way-
Pat.
Don't
That's
put
true.
other people's turds in your mouth. Just putting that out there.
Well, don't
Less-
eat ass, I guess.
Less ass play with your
Well,
mouth.
just make sure you clean it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, use
Yeah,
a
you can eat
dental
it. Just
dam.
make sure you clean. Yeah.
What if-
Also, don't
Or a
eat
fine
undercooked
mesh.
pork because that's how you get tapeworms. Is eating undercooked pork.
This is probably inappropriate, but what if it's like a vicious cycle? What if she had the tapeworms and she got AB'd to the M,
Oh.
A to M, and then she got her own tapeworms again, but in the mouth this time.
Oh, how
Well,
disappointed
I'm sure it can
There you
happen.
go.
would the tapeworm be when it thinks it's getting a new host and it turns out it's just the same old
Same
host?
place.
Just the other end.
It's different.
Whoops.
Different part of the same old host.
It's like when you get a double same birthday present twice.
We're back, boys. We're back.
What am I gonna do with this?
Yeah.
Two
So,
of
but the migraines are gone. They cured her.
Wow, how embarrassing is that? You go to the doctor, you're like, I got these migraines I can't get for years. And he's like, how much ass do you eat?
Yeah,
Yep.
you wish you just dealt with the migraines at this point. For the
Man.
rest.
No, yeah. Now everyone wants to know how she got it.
Yeah.
There's one of two ways.
Hey, what happened with those migraines? Ma'am, I don't want you to take this the wrong way, but you look like you eat a ton of ass, and we're gonna run that down here.
Here's some
diagnostically.
floss.
Yeah.
So,
The only way this got into your mouth was through a turd.
what do you
Human
think our moms
turd.
do when we go on these? I'm guessing my mom walks out of the room.
They tuned out a while.
Oh, my mom doesn't listen to. My mom does not listen to this shit anymore for sure.
I think we lost. We yeah.
maybe
Lost
one
all-
episode
we
she
lost all
listened
of
to.
our moms this episode.
We lost our
Yeah.
moms.
Sorry, moms.
Okay, well, let's take
Happy
it home
birthday,
strong.
Mom.
Guys, as we've covered on this show before, the next big trend in tech and sex alike is teledildonics. If you don't know what it is, Google it, thank me, and then follow Buttplugio on Twitter. You're also welcome for that. But guys, this next story isn't about a vibrating butt plug controlled by tweets and the pleasure that that might bring to someone. I'm talking about a digital device that denies pleasure, an electronic
Whoa.
chastity belt.
It's a bad device.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Do I have your attention?
I might be buying one of these. I might be in the market for one of these in a few years. You know what I mean?
I have no idea why you'd want
If you
that.
have too many kids, you're saying?
A daughter, I'm saying.
Oh,
Oh,
No, this is for
daughter.
dogs, baby.
Yeah,
This is-
no, get Will this link.
This is dongs only.
He's
Billed as the
PI.
world's first app-controlled
Cellmate.
chastity device. The Cellmate, and this is from their website, guys. The
fuck?
Kiwi believes that a true chastity experience is one that doesn't allow the wearer to have any control. The device has a locking mechanism that forces whatever dong it comes into contact with to shelter in place. It's waterproof, so it's perfect for showers and baths, and it comes in both short and long models. So,
What the fuck?
This is some like nerd dominatrix shit. Real bad.
Yeah.
So wait, she has to, the wearer of the cellmate has to wear this inside themselves.
I've said this again. It's just dong. It's dong only. It's a
Dong only.
dong chastity belt. So,
Mhm.
But
you
it's not
stick.
controlled by the person. It's controlled remotely.
Wait, hold on.
By the dom?
Yeah.
It's a dong, so you put it on your penis.
Yeah, peens. It's for dudes.
Wait, how do you have a penis chastity belt?
Yeah, it's a penis lockbox.
It hurts. It probably hurts.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It hurts if you get
Ouch.
excited.
So it goes around the balls, and then you lock it, and then you can't
it's
come
a
off
male
the balls.
chastity belt.
Yeah.
It's a male
Whoa.
chastity belt.
Got it.
So the dominating
Whoa.
person gets you all excited, and you're like, "Ow! Let me
Or-
out of my cell. Let the
Large-
cellmate
You know
out."
what? You know what? I could still be in the market for this because it would be hilarious to drop this on a boyfriend at some point. I mean, this is
Oh,
years
yeah,
away.
plan on having a
that's
boyfriend?
not embarrassing for you.
Yeah, that's sane. That's sane.
That's not. That's
Oh, you're gonna take her out?
put this
Here's
on.
the
And I
cellmate,
control
buddy.
it remotely.
Why don't I come with you to the bathroom real quick, guys? Before you get your
Put it
credit
on.
card out.
Have her home by 10.
I got the controls right here
Will,
on my app.
That's actually kind of true, and it would be scary as fuck, and I'll tell you guys why. Because before you get your credit cards out, there's something I need to tell you first about this device. A UK-based security firm called Pen Test Partners recently released a warning that because of a design flaw, the, quote, smart chastity belt could leave you with your gun permanently in its holster. So apparently the hog
deserve
holders
that if
are
you put
easily
this thing on.
hackable and create a
1 star,
situation.
yeah, I bet.
Yeah, they can create a situation where the hacker could permanently lock up a user's penis, like permanently.
Up to 1 star review.
He's like, if I could give this 0 stars, I would.
Well, we're gonna get to the internet here in a minute.
Chastity belt locked on my
Up
dick
to
for
1
3
star
weeks.
review. You might want to read the 1 star reviews on the cellmate.
We're gonna get to the reviews in a second, guys. So the app communicates with the lock using API, but the API was left open and without a password, so it would allow anyone who has half a brain in technology to take complete control of any user's device and therefore their sub's dong chastity belt. And guys, because the chamber was designed to lock with a metal ring under the user's penis, the researchers said that it may require the intervention of heavy-duty bolt cutters or an angle grinder to free the user if they get
Holy
locked
shit.
up.
Right
So
around
it's-
the dong, you got to use heavy machinery.
Oh,
Yep.
guys, Alex Lomas, the researcher at Penn Test Partners, said, quote, there's no emergency override function either. So if you're locked in, there's no way out,
Except
This
for a
is
bolt
amazing.
cutter.
except for a fucking bolt cutter. Glad they got all this information out there. But unfortunately, it seems too little
read
too
that
late for some.
read that 1 star review.
Well, yeah. Let's take it to the internet, guys. Harems says 1 star, highly disappointed. Within a week of cellmate chastity session, Bluetooth stopped working and wouldn't turn on as before. Now my slave is locked in the so-called cellmate chastity and can't be unlocked until the session is over. I need help on how to get Bluetooth working again so the issue can be solved. I don't know if I should blame the device's battery or water-resistant features, but sure, this needs to get handled ASAP.
1 star. From
Sure does.
Dong Slave 324. This has been said before, but I can't get out of this thing, guys. 1
Right.
star.
So this is one of my favorites. This is a positive
It's
review.
like there's an update from 3 months later. It's like I
This is
still
a positive
can't get
review.
out.
So this is from Pete Moss, who's really showing off in the review section. He's showing off in the chat. Great concept, well built, doesn't fit a large man. I purchased this. It's a great idea and very well built, and I love not having to deal with locks and keys. The app seems to work very well. My only problem with Cellmate is that it needs a larger ring, a third size, if you will. The two that came with the device are just too small for a good-sized American man to wear comfortably. I hope they come up with a larger ring. I'll buy it in a heartbeat.
Jesus.
So he's a Magnum Condoms guy.
That guy's
Two more
lucky
guys.
They didn't have a third size.
Right.
Be in there forever.
Two more guys.
Count
The
your
app
blessings.
stopped working completely after 3 days, and I'm stuck. And then it worked
Why
for
are these
about
guys
a month.
using it on themselves? What the fuck is going on?
Why are they writing reviews
Yeah,
in this
while
state?
while they're stuck, they're
You don't have much option. Like, as they said, there's no override.
I'm gonna try to pee my way out of it.
There's literally no way to, like, if you set it for a session, like a 12-hour session, there's no way to open it before that 12-hour session's done. And if you have a fault, if the app faults out or someone hacks your shit, your dick's locked up forever. This guy says it worked for about a month until I almost got stuck in it. Thankfully, it unlocked itself randomly, and I was able to get out of it. The device left a bad scar that nearly took a
Scrambled
month
so
of
fast.
recovery.
Thankfully.
He's never moved so fast in his life.
Guys, and that's going to do it for Hard Factor. Thank you guys so much for listening. That's been What the Fuck Wednesday, brought to you by the Heart Hive listeners themselves. These are all user-submitted or listener-submitted stories. You can do the same every Wednesday. Send us stories. We'll read them on the show. We'll call you out. Hey, 5-star reviews and voicemails are moved to Friday. So here's the deal. If you're new to the show, you leave us a 5-star review. It really helps us spread the word about the pod on Apple Podcasts. That's where you need to leave it. And as long as it's 5 stars, we will read it verbatim. The voicemail number is 512-270-1480. So leave us a voicemail. Questions are encouraged. Follow us at Hard Factor News and at the Barstool News Network, at Hard Factor Wes, at Hard Factor Mark, at Hard Factor Will, and at Hard Factor Pat. If you haven't, please subscribe to the pod. That's massive. Or follow if you're listening on Spotify or Google Podcasts. That'd be really helpful. We have like a month left before our contract renewal. So help us spread the word, guys. We are growing leaps and bounds. It really is the best job we've ever had in our lives. We want to keep doing it for you, bringing you the news every morning. So, yeah, please spread the word. And most importantly, have a great fucking day.